Hey everyone, it's Bridget here from Bridget's Kitchen in a brand new kitchen, and that is because we are currently experiencing the amazingness that is the Gold Coast of Queensland, Australia. This is, we've been here for around about 20 hours. So we arrived about this time yesterday onto the Gold Coast. We're here to see a very dear friend, do some work at the same time, and of course have some amazing cooking classes. And because we're on the Gold Coast, and literally, can I show you just kind of how nice it is outside? Let me just show up a little bit. Are you ready? Just a little bit. So there is the ocean right there, as you can see. It is a beautiful day here right now. It's been beautiful actually all day, if I be really honest. The weather is a comfy, balmy sort of. It started up about 24 degrees this morning. You know, got to around about 29, but totally comfortable, no humidity, absolutely wonderful. And I thought, you know, being that we're on the Gold Coast, this would be a great week to bring you a class full of salads. Oh, look, I've even got, you know, not expected front, but it basically says, I'll just have a salad. I do like salads, but my salad needs to be tasty. And I have some great tips for you guys on how you can ensure that you are getting a tasty salad every single time. So it's about understanding how we build a basic salad. So today's salad class is going to be, I'm going to be actually making turkey meatballs because they're lovely and lean. They've got incredible protein in them as well, and they make a really nice base for a delicious salad. So when it comes to building a salad, there are some foundation things that we should all have. And as we move into the warmer months, especially here in Australia and New Zealand, it's definitely getting a lot warmer. And as we move into the warmer months, it's a really nice idea to have these items in your pantry because it means that you are never too far from something delicious. And all it might require is a little sprinkle over the top of your salad to make something absolutely amazing. So we are very excited to be bringing you this class from the Gold Coast, from my little kitchen for the next couple of days. As I was saying, today is turkey meatball salad and a Mediterranean style one as well, because Mediterranean style cooking and food is amazingly good for us. So come on down to my bench. Let's get into the recipe. We're going to start off today by creating the turkey meatballs. So the amount of turkey mince that I have in here is about 250 grams, which is enough for two people. So I'm allowing about 125 grams per person, which is around about 4 ounces of pre-ground turkey meat there. And the turkey mince, it's a lot easier, I find, in Australia to actually buy pre-ground turkey as opposed to doing it yourself, but it may be easy depending on where you live. So you want to allow about 4 ounces or 125 grams of turkey meat per person. So we're going to add some flavors into this, of course we are. And the way that we're going to do that is we're going to talk about adding some aromatics. And of course, these type of meatballs, they don't just work as, you know, in a salad, but you could do these type of meatballs with pretty much anything. So the first thing we're going to add in is a tablespoon of our chopped garlic. It's going in there. And yes, I bought all this from home. I'm that weirdo who travels with chopped garlic, chopped ginger. My esky, or my chili bin, as we say in New Zealand, was completely full. So a tablespoon of freshly ground or freshly minced ginger is going in there. Now in this little jar, this cute little jar here, I actually have minced onion. So what I do is this is just a small onion, peeled of course, and then I pop it into my food processor and I blend it till it looks like that. And it actually takes on quite a sweet taste. So I like to have onions in my meatballs, but I don't like to have a big chunks of onion. So I find that doing it this way helps to evenly distribute the onion through the turkey mince or the chicken mince. You don't have to use turkey, you could use chicken. You can even do this with beef, let's be honest, or lamb, completely up to you. But I do find that this minced onion is the way to go when it comes to anything like meatballs. You want to go with something like this. So I'm going to be adding in half a small onion. So I'm going to about half of my little jar there. I have some for later, which is very exciting. You never know when you're going to need some minced onion, right? So I did that before I left Sydney. I know. Weirdo! That's okay. All right, next we're going to be adding some more flavors. I have some spice here. I'm going to be adding in 2 teaspoons of cumin powder, or about that much, right? Yeah, about that much. 2 teaspoons of cumin powder goes in there. If you don't like cumin powder, you could add a spice that you do like. It's up to you. Coriander works really nice in here as well, coriander powder. So that goes in there. Let's not forget a pinch of salt as well. Goes in there. And the other thing that I really like to add to this, and it kind of gives it that lovely little Mediterranean flavor, is I like to add in some fresh herb. And the type of fresh herb that I'm going to be adding in today, which is very Mediterranean in nature, this is fresh oregano, as you can see. Isn't it absolutely gorgeous? Oregano is, a herb that stands up well to any type of meat. Hence why it works really, really good on in these meatballs. But you would tend to put oregano, because it is quite a robust herb. You would tend to put oregano, in sort of meaty style dishes, because it can hold its own. So I've just got probably about, a small handful of fresh oregano here. Yes, you can use dried, just in case you can't get hold of any fresh oregano. I'm looking for my knife. I don't know what I've done with my knife. Oh, there it is, hiding from me. All right, so we're just going to chop that roughly. And it is nice to put the fresh herbs through your meatballs. It really is. But like I said, if you can't get hold of fresh oregano, you can absolutely use dried oregano, or even marjoram would work here as well. They both work very, very well with meat dishes. They're robust enough to hold up and give you a lovely flavor to those meatballs. So chop it nice and fine. Once you've done that, you're probably going to get around about a tablespoon of chopped herbs is going to go in there as well. You've got about a tablespoon there. Let me turn over my board. Clean! Woo-hoo. Okay, so give that a bit of a stir. That's all that is required when it comes to our meatballs. That's all you need to do. There is so much flavor happening in there already that you're going to create quite an incredible little bit of taste there. And as I was saying before, you can use these meatballs for anything. In fact, the other day I made a meatball cucumber sub. If you guys watched that cooking class, that was pretty awesome, and probably currently my favorite way to eat cucumbers and eat meatballs. So give it a good stir. Now I want you to see what I have on the back. I need to just lift you a little bit, because you can see here on the back I have my little frying pan going, which is fantastic. And I'm going to be creating meatballs around about the size of your tablespoon or dessert spoon. Obviously using really clean hands. You just want to gently bring them together like that. So once they are formed, just pop them straight into a little bowl. And this is the easiest way to not just do the meatballs, but to also cook them. Now my pan is on, but it's on really low because I've had it on for quite a bit of time. And I just want to start to cook those meatballs off. You could use a frying pan. I've got a skillet on because I bought my cast iron skillet with me. Because once again, you never know when you're going to need to fry something. What a skillet. People must think I'm mental the way that I travel. In fact, the last thing I normally pack is my own clothes. And then the first day that I'm there, I'm like, I forgot to pack this, because I do it all the time. But, I've got a skillet. I've got sticky sauce. I've got all the things that I need, except for clothing. So I've got about 5 meatballs in there. Just want to show you guys how we fry them. Got my sticky sauce here as well. And the best way to get really good coverage, and make a complete mess on the bench, the best way to do that is to throw your meatballs into a bowl and then take a tablespoon of your sticky sauce and kind of move the meatballs into the sticky sauce as opposed to trying to dribble them on top. It's definitely the best way to do it. So I'm going to take my meatballs now, come up here a little bit so you can see what's happening. Hot pan, of course. Remember, hot pan? Here we go. Lovely. Lovely hot pan. Skillet, bought from Sydney. Just drop our meatballs in there. They're completely covered with that wonderful sticky sauce. And so is my hands, and so is my bench. I've got paper towels somewhere. Let me find those. And the idea is obviously we're just going to start to cook off those wonderful meatballs. We're just going to start to cook them off a little bit. They're going to get nice and hot, nice and cooked through. And while they are cooking, it's a really good idea that we start to look at the other ingredients. And I just want to talk to you guys about this whole concept of building a salad. So when it comes to building a salad, you would think, you know, okay, there's going to be some lettuce involved, maybe there's a tomato or two, maybe, you know, a little bit of pickled onions or something along those lines. There's going to be something like that. But before I even think about the ingredients I add to my salad, give me a second. I just want to keep an eye on him. Oh yeah, he's looking good. So before I even think about the ingredients that I'm going to add into my salad, like whether it be, you know, basically what's in this bowl, I firstly like to make sure I have my bits and pieces about me. And for me, bits and pieces, I'm going to show you guys, it's literally my tray of salad goodies. Because once you've got something like this working for you, here it is, come on down, I want to show you what we've got here. Once you've got something like this working for you, and this kind of lives in my fridge and my pantry, for example, I always have a little bit of zesty dressing in my jar. So this dressing is in the yellow book. So Bridget's Healthy Kitchen, or Eat Your Way Slim and Healthy. It is an oil-free, tangy, gorgeous dressing that you can add to anything. I usually have some type of green pesto-y sauce. This sauce recipe is in, I'm not sure which book now. Is it in the yellow book or the green book, Mahi? Can you find out? My oil-free pesto. This is amazing. This is such a gorgeous, gorgeous sauce. I also have this in here, which is a little jar of nori sprinkles with sesame seeds. There's a little bit of salt in there as well. Oh my gosh, smells amazing. And it's very similar if you've ever seen Japanese furikake. So this little sprinkle here, and you know what? I'm going to share the recipe for my Japanese sprinkle with you guys because it is absolutely divine. This little sprinkle here brings so much flavor to your salad. So, you know, I always have something like that available as well. And here is my almond sprinkle. So there's yeast and almonds. I have a little bit of, what is that? Oh, hemp seeds as well. That is gorgeous. I'm going to give you guys the recipe for that. I always have something like, this is just one that I bought actually in Trader Joe's. And this is everything but the bagel, sesame seasoning blend. There's sea salt, garlic, and onion in there. I have things along those lines. I have ground wakame, which is there. Give me a second. I need to check these. I need to make sure they're doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Is that the green queen?
No, it is my oil-free pesto. But you could use the green queen.
Yep, more.
It's in more. So there you go. 1 second. Let me just turn these over. Meatballs, good. This dressing is in the green book, which is more from Bridget's Healthy Kitchen. I call it my oil-free pesto. As well as that, I have basic things like nutritional yeast, which has got such an amazing flavor, high in B vitamins, really, really good for us. I think I already showed you this, but it's some ground wakame that gives flavor as well. I do things adding crunch to salads. I always have some, this is just plain buckwheat. This is literally just buckwheat grouts. The crunch in this is amazing, and it adds so much flavor and so much enjoyment to your salad. Good texture. And then something even a little bit crazier than that. These are buckwheat puffs. So they're kind of like little explosions. They're like popcorn, the texture of popcorn. I throw those in my salads. So when I know that I have these types of things always ready to go, the ability to actually make a salad amazing. Look everything. Look. It is just like this little turntable of goodness, right? Let's turn it around so you can see it's a bagel seasoning, there's ground wakame, buckwheat. There's just so many wonderful things going on there. As I was saying, you're never too far away from making something really delicious when you have something like that. So checking out my meatballs, they're looking pretty good. That leaves us the next stage. So this, as I was saying, I'm creating is a Mediterranean style salad. So I'm going to be adding cucumber. This is where you can go a bit crazy. I'm going to be adding some tomato. I've decided to add some red onion, fresh, only because I forgot my pickled onions. I left them at home. Silly me. I'm going to be adding some avocado to the mix as well. Of course, our meatballs, and I have this wonderful big bowl of fresh herbs. this is going to be our salad, and I think this is going to be pretty exciting. So I'm going to be creating the salad straight into this gorgeous little bowl here. So the first thing I want to think about doing is starting with, let's start with a tomato. And you want to create, whenever you're building a salad, think about the person eating that salad. If you were to have really huge, I've seen it so many times, even in restaurants do it, they're guilty of it, is they have big chunks of tomato. Like, who's really going to put that in their mouth? Make it accessible for yourself and for anyone that you might be feeding. So cut them into a smaller dice so you can fit, you know, a tomato and a cucumber on your fork at the same time. Like I said, it's so, this drives me nuts. If I see this in a restaurant, that drives me nuts, because you don't want to put that big piece of tomato in your mouth. It's kind of like, excuse me, you know, I've got other things to do here. So think about, you know, the shapes that you're creating. Think about the sizes that you are creating and make it as accessible as possible. And when it comes to things like tomatoes or cucumbers, people do not want to eat big chunks. They want to have things that are small and delicate. So what I'm going to do with this salad is I'm actually going to kind of layer it into our bowl here as opposed to mixing it. And this, once again, just kind of teaches us a new way to look at things. Yeah, it's a little bit different, and then it gives us the ability to take all these ingredients out of this bowl and create a salad for ourselves on a plate. So this is kind of one of the little tricks that I like to use when it comes to salad creating, is to mix it up a bit, even in the presentation. You know, we eat better food when that better food looks amazing, right? And it's up to us, the creators, to make it look appetizing. So don't be afraid to spend that extra couple of minutes chopping things into bite-sized portions, chopping things so that they're uniform as well, so that when you do something like this, you are creating something that's pretty epic. So even just by the fact that you've got now your tomatoes and cucumber in the bowl, it looks cute. I'm now going to add the meatballs, because they look pretty good. Happy with them. Can you see? I wish you could smell. The smell is wonderful. And let's now put these meatballs on here. And I love salads that have a contrast of not just textures, but also of heat as well. Because think about what we've got here. We've got cold tomatoes and cucumbers, and now I've just gone and completely thrown that on its head by adding hot meatballs to the mix as well. So you've got this kind of cold hot salad, which I just think is so incredibly exciting. I just love it so much. So looking cute, looking very, very cute. Let's keep on going. Let's take some onion. Now when it comes to onion, like I said, ideally right here you'd be doing pickled onion. But I forgot my pickled onions. They weren't in the right part of the fridge when I packed it at like 5 o'clock yesterday morning. So we can use, there's nothing wrong with using raw onion. Just once again, keep those slices somehow in a position that someone who is enjoying your salad or yourself will actually be able to eat. And if you've got a big piece of raw onion, it's not that easy to eat, is it? So I'm just going to pile that raw onion right next to my meatballs. But if you've got pickled onions, please use please use pickled onions, because it'll be delicious. All right, let's go avocado. My goodness, once again we are layering this beautiful builder salad with amazing, oh look at that, gorgeous Queensland. This is a Queensland avocado, by the way. Yeah, we're layering this gorgeous salad with all these amazing textures, all these amazing flavors. We're working with, you know, what's in season as well, which is really important. But of course, it is completely up to you what you decide to do here when it comes to your salad. What ingredients you use can be determined by what you have available wherever it is that you live. So I'm going to add some avocado in there. Once again, I've kept the chop really nice and convenient for anyone who is you know, eating this salad. Really important to do that. And you could, if you wanted to, At this point in time, I'm just adding half an avocado, which is a really good portion control for one person. In fact, this is kind of a one-person salad. I've got 5 meatballs, I've got a cucumber, I've got a tomato, I've got a little bit of onion, I've got half of avocado. Already, this is completely fabulous, but I'm going to add just into this little spot here, and I've got a little bit of a gap there. Let me show you what I'm going to use to fill my gap. Where is it? 1 second. This is literally a little gap filler, but it's a little bit of excitement as well. So I've just got some mixed herbs that I'm going to be adding into there. And as well as those mixed herbs, let me introduce you to my fresh herbs for today. I have some mint and I have some European or Italian style parsley. Parsley is a wonderful herb when it comes to these meatballs. I'm just going to throw them on top. I'm going to add in mint, which you just know is just going to be mind-blowingly delicious. Some of that wonderful mint in there. I mean, it hasn't taken us long to really create and build quite a gorgeous little salad, but we haven't quite finished. And this is where, whoops, let me close the fridge. This is where we talk about the build as well. So one thing that you've noticed that I haven't added yet, I haven't got any type of dressing, so this will be up to you. You could add my oil-free pesto, and that would be amazing. You could also add in my zesty dressing, and that would be amazing. But if you're using pickled onions, please just use the juice from the pickled onions and use that. I'm going to be using the zesty dressing today just because I have avocado, and that zesty dressing, because it's got lemon juice in there, is going to help to stop our avocados from going brown, which is really lovely. But it's going to give that wonderful salad portion a really nice little hit of flavor that's going to work so well with our turkey meatballs. So that's going to go on there. But as I was saying, this is build a salad time. And when we are building a salad, this is when you start to, like, this is your base, right? Look what you have there as your base. Absolutely gorgeous. Wouldn't anyone love to receive that? But this is where you start to really test the market on what you can do to it. One of the things you can do, I do recommend this, I have a little bit of unsweetened coconut yogurt here. So I would suggest, highly suggest, that you consider taking a little bit of that coconut yogurt, just like a tablespoon of coconut yogurt. This works so well for the meatballs, by the way. Oh my goodness, it's so delicious. It's really, really good. So just take a tablespoon of that coconut yogurt and a sprinkle of salt. If you wanted to make it a little bit more acidic, you could add a little bit of lemon juice. You could add just a touch of lime juice. I'm going to add just a touch of my zesty dressing to it and give that a bit of a stir. And now you've created a yogurt dressing, which is going to go so well with the meatballs. Layer that on. It's taken you, 20 seconds to make, and you have already designed this salad to be, this is going to be amazing already. But what else can you do? In this little bowl here, I have my own little trail mix that I made. So this is what we were snacking on, when we were driving. We're just a few little almonds. There's some toasted walnuts in there as well. There's some pumpkin seeds and coconut flakes. That's what we're snacking on. The little trail mix. That is going to go so amazing here as part of our salad as well. So why not add a little bit of that wonderful trail mix, or just even any type of nuts or seeds that you have. It's going to work really well here. But let's keep going. I've got a few more little goodies to show you guys, and I think one of the main ones that I would love you to consider here is this. I call this my almond sprinkle, which I talked about before. So it's got yeast, it's got hemp seeds, and chopped up almonds are in there. Tastes amazing. And as a salad sprinkle, if you just had this in your cupboard, you can create so many delicious dishes just by doing that. This is in your cupboard. You have the ability to create all these amazing dishes. As I said, I'm going to share this sprinkle recipe with you because it's just incredible. And I'm going to finish it off here with just a little bit of my ground wakame. Wakame is obviously, once again, a really nice alternative to salt. But there's just so much flavor and so much goodness in there. And next thing you know, we just have this unbelievable salad that we have created. It hasn't taken long. And we have all this goodness, all this beauty, all this deliciousness ready for you. It is quite amazing that you can build a salad like that. You can create a salad by making sure that you have all these little bits and pieces in your pantry or in your fridge, because this is what is going to create deliciousness. And one of the keys to being successful when it comes to your weight loss journey or your health gain journey is being prepared. When you are prepared, and it could be the simplest things, like you have this little Parmesan sprinkle already in your pantry. You have a couple of dressings at your service in your fridge. You know, you have some toasted nuts, things that bring massive flavor but also bring massive health gain are ready to go. So you're just cooking up a few meatballs and adding a few ingredients to a bowl, and you have the most amazing salad ready to go. So this is day one of our Build a Salad week. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed this. I can't wait to dig into this because this looks really, really good. But also just a reminder that we have even more classes this week. We are doing a skillet chicken thigh salad in 2 days time on Thursday, and then I'm going to teach you guys the most healthiest fruit salad you could ever have as well at the end of the week. So thank you for joining me for this salad. If you are part of our boost camp, you know we have it's less than 1 week to go until we have finished our boost camp, which is a little bit sad because it has been a really incredible journey with so many new family and friends that we have created along the way. But never fear, if you want to join our next boost camp, we will be opening up registration for that new boost camp, which we're going to start on January the 11th. We're going to be opening that up next week, so you can join us there. I'm looking forward to that one as well, especially after Christmas. I'm looking forward to that. So thank you for joining me tonight, all the way from the Gold Coast in Queensland, Australia. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Please continue to have a wonderful day wherever you are, and I look forward to spending time with you again back here in the kitchen. Everyone be well, everyone be safe, enjoy your Build a Salad week. I can't wait to get into it.